Hey YouTube, how you guys doing today? My beard is gray and my name is Trey. Hey, check this out. So look, I received a lot of comments from different people, right? On all the social media platforms saying, Trey, we see your YouTube videos, how you go through and you study and you get all these certifications, things like that. But how do you actually maintain and focus when doing all that stuff? So I'm gonna give you guys a cheat code right now, right? Just a little behind the scenes of kind of how I go about business. Now, I'm not saying that this is the way, it's just a way. So if any of you feel like this helps you, go ahead and click like on the video, drop a comment down in the comment section, so on and so forth. But how I actually go about my day is I have two different calendars, right? One for my professional life and one for my personal life. And I'm gonna go over in this video and show you how I go about business. And also I'm gonna talk to you about my work from home schedule now that I've transitioned from going to office and do everything every day to now working from home. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk to you guys about the two calendars. That's right, I have a professional calendar and I have a personal life calendar. Now, I know some of you guys that's out there watching gonna run straight to the comments and be like, Trey, why don't you just use like Outlook or OneNote or something personal like that? Hey, check this out. You might not have noticed this about me yet, but I am old school.
I'm old school like peanut butter on a mouse trap.
All right, now that we got that out of the way, so check it out. Let's go over what we was talking about, right? So starting off, the professional calendar, right? What do I track with the professional calendar? For the professional calendar is when I go over, like if I'm going to school or something like that, or if I'm going over different technical certifications. Like right now, I am currently in the AWS Tech U program. So right now I have like the syllabus and everything that we're going over. And then I track it by the days, like, hey, what am I doing that specific day? All right, so this is currently the month of June 2022. Don't know when this video is gonna come out. But if you come over here, right, let me show you guys how I track this stuff. Now, I put all the calendars on the wall, right? So I can have a frame of reference. I can actually go back and see, like, hey, Trey, for the month of January, what did you do to prepare yourself for where you are right now? What did you do in the month of February, March, April? If you notice, for February, there's nothing up here because I took a break during February. That's when I actually got my job and accepted my job offer. So I said, hey, I'm just gonna take a break. It was about 3.5 weeks until I physically started the job. So I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna take a break, you know, for my mental health, self-care, things of that nature, right? But ever since then, like for March, I got something every single day. And that is the key. No matter what you're doing in life, right? You have to do something every single day. Don't matter if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours, it does not matter, right? You just need to make sure that you fill up every one of these little blocks, all right? Now, coming over here to my personal life calendar, right? So for my personal life calendar, I do the exact same thing, except now this is where I take care of like my family stuff or my personal stuff, right? So I write down like, hey, kids got a doctor's appointment, or order birth certificates for the kids. Or right now I'm about to transition out the military, so I have a lot of different tasks. I had this little tracker up here that detail like 12 months of what I'm supposed to do while getting out the military. So I just wrote that stuff down in the blocks. And as you can see, like I was explaining earlier, February is a little light because I was like, hey, I'm not gonna do a lot. So that way I can look back and see like, hey, how did I get into this position? How did I work myself into where I am right now? Okay, I did a lot during March, didn't do so much during April. All right, I need to pick it up in May, so on and so forth, right? So right here, you know, I kind of have, this is like my vision board, right, of what I want to do in my personal life. Like for one thing for me, like I said, transitioning from the military, hey man, I need to buy a house, right? So I had the kind of house that I wanted, you know, how much I wanted it to cost, so on and so forth, things like that. And then what I did was I put it up on my vision board because that right there activates my mind like, okay, how in the hell are you going to pay for all this, man? You know what I'm saying? So that way you can start thinking of ideas. And I put it up there like November of 2021, and then around 2022 of May, that's when God made it happen for us, right? So that's just something that you can do. You know, you have a vision board. You say, hey, I want something 6 months from now, I want something a year from now. You can put it up on the board, so on and so forth. All right, so now let's transition into, hey, how do I spend my days? Like I was telling you, I just recently went through the first half of the AWS Tech U program, which is like a 16-week course. You know, it teaches you different various technologies. I'm not going to go into that in this video because it's kind of outside the scope of this video, right? But I am going to reference it just so you understand what I'm doing. So within those weeks, right? So the second week that we was in the program started like about March. You know, we started going over like, hey, IT fundamentals. Then we went to Linux. We had to obtain the COMPTIA Linux Plus certification, right? Had to do that within like 4 weeks. That was rough, all right? Then, you know, we doing stuff like cloud formation and then security fundamentals and introduction to Python programming and stuff like that, right? So it's a very rigorous type of program. So these little calendars is how I keep track to make sure that I'm working hard. That way I stay focused and stuff like that, all right? Now, how do I break down my day? This was very, very difficult for me, for somebody, you know, coming from the military where it's like my whole life is structured. The day when I wake up, I go in the office 06:30. We're gonna start running and doing all this stuff right there. And now I kind of had to manage everything on my own. So it's very difficult for the first 2.5, 3 weeks. So what I decided to do was I said, hey, I'm gonna make my own calendar, right? So this is kind of like how I structure that for those of y'all who are beginning to start working from home. So what I do, right? Still wake up at 6:30. I guess I'm institutionalized or whatever. I still wake up around 6:30, right? Do my daily devotion, right? Whatever you want to do with your time is fine, right? Then about like from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, that's when I start reading and doing professional development, right? What we call in the Amazon community, diving deep, right? Trying to learn about a technology that I was struggling with or that I just wanted to be curious upon and expound my skills upon. So I started studying that in the morning. Around like from 9 to 9:30, that's when I start checking email, checking my Slack, building my daily calendar, whether personal or professional things I need to accomplish for that day. All right, then from 9:30 to 10, that's when I take a break. Normally, you know, watch a little bit of Skip and Shannon, stuff like that, right? Just until class starts. Class starts about 10 o'clock, so from 10 to 12, that's when we're normally getting our block of instruction for that day. Then from 1 o'clock to about 3, that's my time to learn and be curious. That's when I start lab and stuff, right? So like I say, doesn't matter what you do, you just have to do a little bit every day, right? Whether it's 30 minutes, an hour, you just gotta practice something every single day. And then on the last part, from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock, that's when I kind of work on my professional writing and blog, because writing is going to be an essential part of the new industry that I've, you know, got involved with. So I got to develop those skills as well. All right, so in summary, right, I just wanted to kind of, you know, break down, just do a quick little rundown of how I spend my day and what I actually do to be prepared for all the situations that or all the challenges that you guys have seen me overcome within the last 2-3 years of watching the channel. So if you got any questions, make sure you leave them down in the comment section. I'll make sure to get to them as soon as possible. If you got anything out of this video today, please click like, and also please subscribe and become a member of the community. All right, it is I Says Me. Thank y'all for coming back. Cisco Soldier, aka Uncle Trey. Holla at y'all.